Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 6 of 8. We finally have a championship decider here, folks. It's the 9th grade championship. We have not seen, fun fact enough, as many games as we've called, we have not seen either of these teams on this court, but we are still at the witness of a 9th grade championship. As you see, Braylon Brown already getting on the board. I'm Billy Adams alongside my co-host and analyst, Mike Zanetti. Mike, so far, all these games have been pretty much whirlwinds besides one, though, and I expect this one to be pretty entertaining.
100%. I mean, look at the first 2 baskets in the first 40 seconds of the game. You love these younger teams, the 9th grade especially. I've had the pleasure of calling a lot of JV games for Orangewood Christian High School over in Maitland, Florida. A couple players actually here today, and it's just a lot of scrappy defense that you love to see from both these teams, as well as some high-powered offense.
So a 2-4 deficit coming in at the moment. This Tampa squad looking to get back on the board, and there it is, folks.
This is where you'll see a lot of defense up in the front court. They love to be aggressive and run their teams.
And I think the Tampa squad getting called for the foul. It's going to be on number 10, Jalen Shannon. He'll pick up his first team foul. Shannon already with a bucket himself and a 6-2 advantage. Already a minute 14 into this contest, folks.
Aggressiveness out of the gate, and you'll see it. It's what they love to do.
Coming up is Tampa. Comes another steal. Here's Shannon and going up and nearly going in. Oh my gosh, that was Dre Taylor. Here's Scott picking it out.
To be in the 9th grade and have that much airtime and almost throw it down, I mean, that is something special. Very impressive stuff. Even though he got rim stuffed and it was a little bit right in front, I think the ability to get up to the rim is crazy.
So Drake Carson will pick up that foul to be his first, team second. And so the Manatee squad preceding another Manatee squad that we saw capture a victory against a one-body team that was very competitive, with Aiden Edgecombe. Edgecombe leading the way with 18 points on that squad, but the Manatee squad working together just as this one is. Javian Hoffman getting on the board. Back the other way we go, it's J.R. Arroyo. Arroyo loses the handle. It was tipped out, so Mike McClendon gains back. Driving and finishing in the basket, it's gonna be Jalen Shannon.
Timeout.
And already a timeout, 13:49, and an 8-4 advantage. So 9th graders, nonetheless, folks, we haven't seen them, but we're seeing it now. They've got some talent, and they've got some next generation style basketball that we love to see. And I think that, Mike, I think this is the crazy thing too that is awesome is, you know, sometimes I would worry seeing the NBA and college basketball if we'd see, you know, drives die and if we'd see defense die. But I gotta say, you know, in this high school tournament as a whole, the drive, the dunk, and defense alone, all of it's not dying. It seems like it's still in the next generation of basketball.
Not only that, but we've seen, like, because it's a tournament game, we've seen some teams go back-to-back, and you would think, maybe they're tired, maybe we're gonna see some less. But they've come out of the gate just as strong, and to see 2 new teams for the first time and all the talent that they possess, I mean, you see the full court trap coming in. It's a lot of defense.
We have seen a lot of full court presses. That is the one commonality that I've noticed on the defensive side is continuous full court presses from almost every single game, depending on the circumstance. That was Braylon Brown getting the shot. J.R. Arroyo leading the charge. Carson kicks it out. There's a shot coming on the other side. That's McClendon, and Mike McClendon in our championship game puts his team up by 5. Up top, another steal, McClendon working. Arroyo just saw that one get tipped away, and maybe a nice stop there by the Manatee squad.
Great defense. I mean, if that pass was 2 steps ahead, I mean, that could have been an easy layup, but you always love to see those Hail Mary kind of passes and just the defense going up like a wide receiver and a cornerback.
Here we go, Tampa still with possession, trying to extend their lead. They have led the entire game thus far, almost 3-4 minutes in. Here come the Manatees. Javian Hoffman. Up top, he's got Sajay Andrews. Hoffman, deep 3. Bit too strong there, the rebound by Dre Taylor. Taylor kicks it up. Shannon kicks it. Arroyo dishes and gets it right in. It's J.R. Arroyo. The JR standing for just ready because he is ready to shoot, folks. 14-6 is the advantage, and Tampa leads this championship game. Back the other way we go. Arroyo around Andrews, working, dishing. There's Carson, and another long bomb coming, this time from Trey Carson. Andrews. And who's going to get that foul? I think it's going to be Jackson.
32. I mean, just like that. What was a close first 4 minutes? 17-6. Those 2 threes, crucial.
So Carson gets the foul. It's his second of the game, the third team foul, or second team foul, excuse me, of the afternoon. Another shot and another make. That's 6 points for Braylon Brown, folks. Braylon Brown coming alive.
And a good answer.
Could be the heat check that we're going to be watching and witnessing.
Got to try and keep up with this high-powered offense. They've been able to hit threes.
They are moving around the ball effortlessly.
Around the horn. Now you can do that in a little bit of a 2-3 zone look.
You can especially do it, too, when there's no shot clock.
Very true.
Here we go down on the other end, going up. And going in was Zion Scott, unable to finish, but he will go to the line. Foul going to be on J.R. Arroyo, his first.
And in a championship game, I mean, being able to get to the line and get free throws and just continue to fast break, rebounds, fundamental basketball. That's what you love to see from both teams. And the fight. I mean, Tampa's out there going for the lead, and then right comes back is the Manatees.
So they are wasting no time going back and forth here. And right now, this Manatee squad, maybe a much-needed pause in play, just to regroup, reset, get some points on the board. And now Tampa, how do they respond? A newcomer on the floor? That's going to be Jordan White. And right out of bounds into the crowd. This is the stop the Manatees needed. We saw this, ironically, in the game before with the Manatees as well. Just needing some stops, and they were able to pressure back and get themselves a victory.
Yes, I mean, if a team's hot, it's tough to stop them. But when you have a couple of mistakes, a couple turnovers, it's always nice to play around with it and have that ability to come back and eat back into that lead.
11:03 remains here in the first half. Again, this is game number 5 of 6. Or excuse me, 5 of 8. Or excuse me, actually this is game number 6. I'm starting to lose count. This is game number 6, folks. We're almost done. That's crazy. And a nice shot there by Frank, by the way. But game number 6 of 8, we got another pool round and we got another championship game. And checking in is Jordan White. He's on the board. It's a 20-12 advantage for the Skill Center. Andrews up top. Andrews guarded by what looks to be Jaden Martin. Martin checking in most recently. Good defense there by Martin. Hoffman heaves it. Just too strong there, and Hoffman knows it. Driving. Arroyo can't get it. Scott's got the ball. Going up and going in was Mike McClendon.
At this point, I don't know if you want to do it this early in the game, but I would consider a timeout here. 10-point lead. You got to try and answer.
An early 10-point lead. That ball was tipped by Arroyo. He was able to get up. Here comes the Skill Center. They are wasting no time. Jordan White. He'll kick it out. Up top, Arroyo. Great ball movement from Tampa. Puts it up, and finishing and putting it in is going to be Colin Ford, folks. 24-12.
Got to question it, Billy. When do the Manatees use their timeout?
They have a lot of faith in what they're running now, but I don't know, man. This is tough. It's tough to watch. Tampa's got some momentum right now.
Very tough to stop. Very physical on defense, and that translates to offense as well. Inside the paint, getting that and one the fall. And wow, 12-point lead. Let's extend it here.
First bucket for Colin Ford, and it's an and one opportunity. So already a deficit of 12 coming for the Manatees. What can they do in order to get back on the board? Because they're going to need it, or this momentum in this game is going to shift away.
Momentum is the name of the game, and even though it is a 12-point lead, it can be salvaged at any point.
Here's DeFrank. Hoffman found Andrews in a desperation pass. Andrews falling to the ground. Tampa back on the other end. A kick out. Arroyo with contact. And it was actually Jaden Martin, but nonetheless, Martin's going to go to the line.
It's tough when they're shooting really well. You don't want to foul, but you definitely want to close out and think that you can have some defense to alter the shot. But to have a foul, it definitely hurts. I understand the aggressiveness, though, because you don't want to just let them keep shooting.
You don't want to let them keep shooting, and now they're going to get 3 free shots. That was a 3-point attempt. That foul coming on Sajay Andreas. So that will be his first. It is a team second. And now a chance to go up by 15 points already in this first half for the Skill Center. Back the other way we go. Again, 15 points. Remember, we got to let you know when the 20-point margin's coming. 20 points means the clock will continue to run. But we will have to wait because that will be a foul coming on the Skill Center, and it's going to be on number 4 in Colin Ford.
15-point lead, and looks to be getting worse for the Manatees trying to get back in this game.
Scott will throw it in. Hoffman under the basket, and a much-needed board and bucket for Hoffman.
That's what they've been able to do on the inbounds, is find the open man underneath and get a bucket. Nice job there.
See the quick and shifty moves from Tampa, wasting no time to pass, putting up the shot. And the putback by Jordan White was no good, but the foul is.
That's a lot of fouls so far. We've seen a lot of shooting fouls, and 7th of the game. Just trying to get through this first half.
13 foul coming, the first coming on number 19 for Javian Hoffman. First attempt coming from Jordan White was good. He will get another and could go back to a 14, maybe 15-point game. Attempt on the mark. 15 points, 29-14 is the advantage as we approach the halfway mark here in half number 1, folks. Working up top, the Manatees with a much-needed basket at the moment. This game already slightly slipping away.
A little bit of man-to-man trap up at the top. They're double-teaming whoever has the ball.
A nice defensive stop and a double dribble. Coach called it, and so did the ref.
I mean, that's a little bit of a new defensive adjustment. Double team, quick, off, over half court. I mean, that's tough to stop, and you see the pressure. It's getting to the Manatees, the double dribble right there. Very tough to recover, and the defense. Credit Tampa, what a defensive play in this entire game.
So it'll be Jalen Shannon taking the ball up. We'll have some help from Jordan White up top. Again, the passing rotation has been so strong and prominent for Tampa.
Manatee's still in that 2-3 zone. They're just moving it around.
White nowhere near the basket, and they'll let that one sail out. That was a much-needed stop for the Manatees. How will they capitalize?
Gonna be tough to see. I feel like you gotta pass it around, get some screens, pass and cut. Gotta move around. A lot of stagnant offensive possessions just because nobody's getting open.
A steal and a scoop going up, and going in the basket was Jaden Martin. 17-point advantage. This game and this lead is slightly slipping away. Another steal right into the hands. Here we go. Going up and going in with the celebration is Jalen Shannon.
I mean, the defense of Tampa, relentless. Half court, they can't even get it across half court anymore. The Manatees are struggling heavily.
Boy, this is a championship game, folks, and you know what? The Skill Center is playing like it is a commanding lead. They are shooting 72% from the field. They have forced already 7 turnovers in this game, and they have scored 11 points off of turnovers thus far. Amazing stuff so far as they host a 19-point lead. And it looks like we had a lane violation, so we will have another free throw attempt. So the lane violation creates a third attempt going up, and benefiting from it is the skill center. Shannon good on both.
Got to try and find a way to break this half-court press. It's been a problem.
We have reached that 20-point margin, so unless something changes, clock should continue to run. There's the three, and there's the cut down. There's the timeout we were waiting for, and 7:23 remains in a 17-point advantage. Boy, it has been all skill center. Steals, scoops, scores, crazy passes. That is one of the strong suits I've noticed. They're just able to rotate the ball so well, and it's almost like that itself, instead of looking for the open shot, it's creating the open shots.
Sometimes the best offense is good defense, and it results in a fast break finishes for Tampa, and I mean just the ability to capitalize and take advantage of the most of your opportunities. Talk about it, that's what this team's been able to do.
They're gonna need a little bit more of that, because remember, previous game we saw the Manatee squad. They could hold a lead for a while and they could come back from a deficit relatively quickly, and I would not be surprised if this Manatee squad could do the same. And also you have to remember what they're playing for. This is a championship, folks, the 9th grade championship. Anything goes at this point. You thought a 10-point lead was nothing? I mean, the adrenaline and the pure rush and desire to win is very evident in this game, and we are going to see the tides turn for sure. Tampa, on the other hand now, looking to extend their lead back to 19, maybe 20.
They've been so consistent on offense and just continuing to score.
Little reset you can hear from the coach on the Tampa side. Jordan White going to be up top. J.R. Arroyo checking back in. He's working up top there with Dre Taylor. Long shot off the mark. A much needed stop here for the Manatees. Here comes Scott on the other end. Scott losing handle, somehow getting it back. It looked like Darian White could not corral. J.R. Arroyo passing it up and putting it in is Jordan White. An excellent transition basket there for Jordan White and J.R. Arroyo. Here's DeFrank. Guarded by two defenders. Stealing it is White. Coming back the other way. The pass and swatting it away looked to be Jeremiah Williams.
I mean, how about the hustle, though? Still down 19. They're fighting for a championship. You got to continue to have faith in this game and not give up. So abilities to fight, and you love the hustle play there.
And some more hustle and muscle coming in for this Tampa squad as you see Mike McClendon checking in and throwing it in. McClendon got a couple early baskets for this center squad. So 36-17.
See if they can make any adjustments with this timeout.
Here's White. And just like that, the deficit is at 22. Jackson on the other end, guarded by White. And another whistle comes. And remember, folks, we do have a running clock happening.
Running clock will go until a 15-point game.
So here we go. That last foul being on Jordan White. Reset, a long bomb. McClendon trying to fight for it. Somehow gets it in. Here comes Arroyo. Arroyo past three defenders. The shot from Taylor. And just like that, it's pure and a 25-point advantage.
And they continue to press.
That shot going off the backboard, and that's going to create a possession change.
Even in the other blowout game, I was surprised to see that they were up by 40 and continuing to say, hey, we don't want them to score. And they only scored 8 points through three-fourths of play. But I mean, the defense, the offense, Tampa can't miss right now. I mean, everything's going their way.
That's the name of the game, too. Tampa cannot miss, folks. Again, they were at 72% when I give you that last stat, 68% now, but they are still making a majority of their shots. Some rotations coming. You saw what looked to be Zion Scott checking back in. And another three. Surprise, surprise, folks. Here comes Tampa, trying to play some defense on this Manatee squad. Can Manatee find the basket? They cannot. That was DeFrank. Back the other way we go. Jordan White, another three. Does he do it again? He does not.
Feels like the first miss in forever for Tampa, but the Manatees are slowly looking like they're just a little bit behind. I mean, not only in the scoreboard, but just mentally. They don't want to get checked out of this game so early.
See another newcomer, that's Espen Sloan checking into the game. You see Sloan, number 5 on your screen at the bottom. And we have a foul, controversial foul there on the Tampa sideline. And it looks to be called on J.R. Arroyo, his second. So it'll be a team 6th and the second foul on Arroyo as the clock continues to run. It'll be thrown in by Sloan, Arroyo on the guard. Jackson finds his way with Scott. Scott gonna go and reset at the top of the key. Driving in and finding the boards, McClendon. Sloan finds the steal. A needed stop here for the Manatees. Jackson drives, working on McClendon. Sloan open, a bit of a under the basket jumper, no good. Fighting for it and getting it is Taylor. The kick out, open jumper. Sloan fights for it, DeFrank gets it. And that should be an easy basket to the lane. And a late foul, man. Taylor just came in and practically trampled on Hoffman, but nonetheless, both are okay. Hoffman will get a chance to go and complete the and 1 play. Boy, I don't think Taylor expected to fly in like that either. I think that kind of startled him too.
They actually didn't give him the foul though. The whistle was for goaltending, so
really?
he did grab the net. And I did think it was a foul originally as well, but with all the whistles going on, it's so hard to tell.
So hard to tell, yeah, that's a good call. You could see it being goaltending. He practically yanked on the rim, so I could definitely see that happening. Here we go, the Manatees fighting for it. Here's some momentum. Much needed. DeFrank going up. He's going to take it himself. And somehow that one did not fall.
Almost goaltending again.
Almost goaltending again. You're right. Back to back.
Very close. I think he might have got a piece before it went off the backboard, but Manatee's trying to find some life. 26-point game and 116 and running. I mean,
116 and running, that is frightening.
What can you do? I mean, Tampa just seems to be outmatching them in every category. The rebounds, the fast breaks, the three-pointers have been huge. The shooting percentage, I mean, how long will that last?
Well, time is winding down, so not a lot of time to see. Again, a 26-point deficit at the moment for the Manatees and under a minute remaining here in half number 1. Here's Arroyo working up top. Shots off the mark. McClendon out of nowhere using that wingspan. Arroyo back up top. There's Hoffman. So the clock continues to run as we get set for a possession. I think Tampa's going to take their time here and probably let this one run out.
Potential for a last shot opportunity, 25 and running. Adding to their monstrosity of a lead in 26 points.
McClendon working over, and he tried to get it to Colin Ford, and that's going to be a foul.
Offensive foul. They got to move quickly if they want to get this shot off.
And they were checking the foul count after Colin Ford picked up that foul, but nonetheless.
It'll be the bonus, so the shooting 1-and-1 with time expiring. Because running clock.
I was trying to figure that out. I was watching. I'm like, well, if he fouled, yeah, we're in the bonus. I thought it was 6 fouls, but they put up the 7th.
So now they'll just explain that.
That's the half.
Both coaches, and that'll be the half.
That's the half. So, folks.
Do they not even shoot the free throws then? That's it?
If they decide on it, they'll shoot them coming out of the half. So they can do that. 5 minutes, 45-19. And a 26-point game, not much to be said. In control is Tampa. Hopefully we see the Manatees maybe make a run at this, but so far just a lackluster championship game. Nonetheless, though, I'm Billy Adams alongside Mike Zanetti. We're going to take a break. Not much else to say other than we'll see you at the second half in just a couple moments.
Welcome back to the Wiregrass Ranch Sports Complex. I'm Mike Zanetti, awaiting Billy, who's running over to the scorecard, but we have a 45-19 game as there's a quick steal from Skill Set and a layup, no good.
You see, that's the downside sometimes when you got to go to the bathroom and you're just waiting when everything's taken and everything's full.
I got you covered.
Very awkward moment. Appreciate you picking that up. And as you saw, folks, in the first half, very controlling game so far from the Skill Center. Want to mention, too, the running clock will be effective unless this lead is cut to less than 20 points. And really, it's been all Tampa, and it's not like they've really had to, quote-unquote, fight for anything, because it seems like, you know, they're just, as I'm getting a little adjustment here, Thunder. So nonetheless, the Thunder squad finding themselves on 3, and they cut this lead to 23.
It's a good start. Skill Set is only going to respond, though. They've been so resilient on the offense.
Here we go, Tampa fighting for it. The Thunder squad getting it back, trying to put it up. Can't get it, and it's going to be in, and it looks like it's going to be Braylon Brown. And not before another foul is committed on the other side. That's Nick DeFrank. So another Thunder foul, DeFrank with it. That's the first team foul of the half. Here we go with Arroyo. Already a minute and a half in. Again, clock continues to run. 21 points now, though. Seeing a quick 5 points coming out on the Thunder side.
And that's what you want to see is positive progress. You can't worry about the scoreboard now. As I used to coach ages 12 and 13, it's just like, yeah, after halftime, it's a 0-0 ball game. You can't think about what happened in the first half to the second half. Short-term memory. Let's play a new half of basketball and see what happens.
They're going to need some short-term memory here from that first half. But right now, they're fighting hard. Unfortunately, Tampa just fighting harder. Oh my goodness, what a slam from Dre Taylor. Hoffman puts it up a bit too strong. I think he could sense the presence of Tampa, but he'll put it back himself. Boy, once again, just creating highlight reels game by game.
I mean, the lob off the backboard to the slam. I mean, what more can you ask for? They're just having fun out there.
They are having fun. That most recent basket by Jordan White. It was down to 21. Now it's back up to 25, so a quick couple baskets coming from the Tampa side. Thunder drive came from Zion Scott. It's going to be a Tampa foul. And it looks like it's going to come on 32, and Trey Carson his third. First foul on the Skill Center side. And again, 2 team fouls coming on the Thunder side. So now some free throws coming from Mr. Zion Scott. First time we've seen him at the line. And a nice job by Scott. So now, you know, it is the championship game. And I think at this point, you know, we say no deficit is too great. And sometimes the reality is true and sometimes the reality isn't true. And you kind of look at this and you say, well, they've had control the entire time. And now what can the Thunder squad do really to take a positive out of this? And I feel like it's continuing to play hard, continuing to learn, knowing you made it here this far, and really just making it hard for Tampa, or excuse me, the Skill Center at all times.
It's so tough, too, because you want to see a good game, but the problem is that's not always how it is, and you got to call it how you see it. It's a 51-28 game. There's a possibility they could come back, but even at the highest level, we saw it in the Super Bowl this year. Eagles dominated the Chiefs. Sometimes that's how games go, and you have one team that just has one more slated, higher slated than the other. So that's been the Skill Set team, and they have done an incredible job. And look at the coach on the sideline. He's still fired up, telling those guys full court press, and they've been all over it.
And that's passion right there. You know, he's up 51-28, but he doesn't want to let anything slide because he knows if he does, this Thunder squad will come back. He knows if they make any mistakes, this Thunder squad will take advantage. So I love the passion. And you know what? Not everybody can be the New England Patriots against the Atlanta Falcons. Not everybody can be the Houston Oilers against the Buffalo Bills and make a big comeback like that. But nonetheless, still any reason to fight. There's plenty of reason to continue pressuring against this Skill Center squad. 11:10 remaining, folks. So remember, the 20-point mark means this game will end at the 2-minute mark. So it could be 9 minutes remaining in this contest. J.R. Arroyo firing off on that one. Braylon Brown fighting. And we should have a foul on the floor. Looks like it's going to come at the hand of number 23, Andre Taylor, on that skill center side.
And with a running clock, it's going to be very difficult to get back into this game. There is still a lot of time, 10:45 and running, but in order for that Thunder team to get back in it, they have to stop the clock from running and score a couple baskets.
Yeah, I mean, your best bet is to get a couple threes, a couple stops, and get under 20 to have some kind of hope for that. Here's Hoffman, though. Hoffman dishes inside. They're inching closer, 51-30, as the clock does continue. McClendon up top here with Arroyo.
And look at the defense. There's some pressure.
Very hardcore pressure coming from this Thunder squad. A kick out, a dish. McClendon works up top. That three's off the mark. Here comes Hoffman. Martin could not connect. DeFrank tries to connect. Off the mark. McClendon could not hang on. He'll grab it. Coming back is Jackson. A quick game of back and forth. Jackson gets it up and gets it in. And finally, the lead's under 20.
That's a response statement coming out of half. Nice job on the Thunder.
Well, there's a rare answer. The clock finally stops.
Indeed,
There's some hope.
You have some good defense, turning the offense, and the full court press, too. Just playing really well.
Remember, folks, this halftime lead was 27 points. And now it's 19. That's 8 quick points that they've accumulated here in about 10-ish minutes of time. So now with the clock stopped again, some runs can be accumulated. You accumulate another 8-9 point run here, and you're within under 10. You have a chance. You can do something. So there is plenty of time. And now you have all 9 minutes and 50 seconds instead of 7 minutes and 50 seconds if you're not down by 20. So again, something to play for here. Continue making it harder. And all of a sudden, if they have a couple minutes left and they're down by 10, this Thunder squad can make some noise.
Got to continue to have the pressure, but at the same time, I would continue to keep that 0-0 mindset. Don't even worry about the score right now. Focus on playing the best basketball that you can control, whether it's defense in the offense or offense in the defense. But right now, Thunder taking advantage in the second half.
It'll be McClendon on the throw-in. You see Arroyo, full court pressure here coming from that Thunder squad. Arroyo takes it up. He's got some help from McClendon. DeFrank to guard. Up top with McClendon working. Dre Taylor trying to get the pass off. And it's going to stay with, it'll stay with the skill center squad, but I think the Thunder thought it was their possession.
I think they're trying to set up their defense is another thing. Got a couple zone looks, but they're going man-to-man now.
Interesting look on man. We've seen man work in the favor of the skill center squad with how quick and elusive they've been. McClendon goes up, and with that, he'll have a chance to continue this running clock. Still a 19-point deficit, but now McClendon has a chance to put it up to 21. First chance at the line today for Mike McClendon.
Yep, and as for the running clock, it will stay running until the Thunder can get under the 15-point margin. The skill set was able to put over 20, so able to continue to extend that lead. It's been, the Thunder trying to cut it down, and they've done a decent job, but it's only a matter of time before this team gets hot again.
And it's only a matter of time, too, before you just run out of luck and you run out of time. Thunder squad, and again, stepping out of bounds. An unfortunate ending right now to that possession. So now McClendon and his squad can get reset here. And I gotta say though, you know what? We've talked about how much, the Thunder squad and what they can do to come back and how hard they can play, but still a lot of props to this skill center squad. I mean, they're absolutely talented and loaded out, not only with physical players, but just with smart players. They've made passes all day long that just makes sense. They're letting possessions come to them, and they're making the smart decisions at the basket. Or in this case, sometimes, you go for it a little too much, but you draw a foul.
I mean, you said it best. Like this team has been able to win the turnover battle. They've been able to get the rebounds, the fast break points, especially to end that first half, to get up by that big. it's very nice to have a little bit of a breeze in the second half and then continue to have that firepower on the sideline on the bench.
So here we go, McClendon working on Hoffman. He'll put it up. Boy, McClendon just continues to fall after every shot, taking contact. And another foul coming the other way on the skill center side. That foul coming at the hands of Jalen Shannon. Will be the third team foul of the afternoon in this half. Under the 7-minute remaining mark. Remember, folks, at 2 minutes, we will more than likely call game unless this game gets within under 15 points. There's another shot and another basket for Hoffman. Once again, eating into that deficit, it's 18. Arroyo up top with McClendon. The skill center squad going kind of cold up until now with Mr. Colin Ford. Back up by 20, here's Hoffman. Up top, working, looking for an answer, can't find it, and it's out of bounds. And how about that play by Mike McClendon?
You see it a lot of the time. If you got nowhere to go, you're double teamed, or if you're near the out of bounds line, just jump up and throw it off a body, and able to get it thrown off of a Thunder player to Frank. And that's a great play. It's a smart, strategical, high percentage. Let's get it out of bounds so we can get the ball back.
I don't even think he looked back either. I think he just grabbed it and threw it and hoped to hit somebody.
Sometimes that's the best option.
Exactly. McClendon back up top. They're going to look for a possession. Ford in the paint. Back the other way we go, it's Jackson. Some high edge contact coming from the side of Jalen Shannon and Andrews. And it looks like we will have a substitution. So Trey Carson coming back in, Colin Ford checking out, and under 3.5 minutes remain. Time just winding down for this Thunder squad. Here comes Andrews. Loses possession, he'll get it back. Scott up top, guarded by Shannon. Here's Scott, kicks it out. Jumper, and just off the side of the backboard. As you saw McClendon trying to keep it alive. Here we go, Shannon coming down. Arroyo able to kick it back. Shannon up top for three, rolls out. McClendon spinning, trying to put it back. And a lot of people putting the hands up like, where's the foul in that case? Lots of contact there in the paint.
It was, I think you got to let him play. I mean, there was some contact, but at the same time, unless it's blatant and obvious, got to let him play on, especially with the running clock.
We've seen harder contact today with no calls as well, so I can easily see it. Here we go up top. Jordan White, three-point jumper on the mark. A tip out to Shannon. McClendon gets it back. He'll put it up. Off the mark, Shannon tips it again into the hands of Hoffman. Out to Jackson, he'll put it up, and he will put it in, but McClendon nearly tapped it out.
It was close for comfort.
And an up and down there, and it should be back the other way.
That block, I mean, it should have been a block, but it's almost like that little energy, when you're on the fast break, you're like, I got to get there, and then just out of reach, a little adrenaline rush is cut short. Can't get the block, but a good hustle play nonetheless.
Another great hustle play indeed. 1 minute and 45 seconds unless we see the Thunder squad cut this lead down even further. A 9th grade champion has to be decided, folks, and we are getting close. Here's an outside shot, and Hoffman, he's got it down to 15, folks. And guess what? That stops the clock. How about that, folks? Javian Hoffman with a deep three. And you know what? It's not a 5-point deficit or maybe an 8-point deficit, but 15 all the way from 27. That's an impressive feat to come back from. 3:30 remains, so now some kind of time has been given to this Manatee squad. Time is 3:10 Eastern time. Once again, I'm Billy Adams, alongside Mike Zanetti, my co-host, having some fun, watching some championship basketball. Kind of looked like this one was over for a little bit, but I would say there's a little glimmer of hope in the Thunder.
I mean, they cut it to 16. I mean, definitely a little close for comfort in terms of the
and the clock is back to stopping too. That's big. That is big. I know Skill Center's not happy. They're gonna want to get some shots off. Here we go, folks. Skill Center squad going up, off the mark.
Oh boy, here they come.
This Thunder squad needed a couple stops. J.R. Arroyo, though, takes it away, puts it up, and puts it in. Here we go, Scott coming back on the other end. The Thunder going up. Going in is Scott. Off the mark, gets his own miss. Off again, Shannon with the board. He'll heave it down court.
Pick off.
Taken away by Hoffman. Scott, long three-pointer. Hoffman fighting, Shannon grabs it. Coming down, kicking it out to Arroyo. He'll go up, unable to put it back in. Hoffman gets it. Boy, we are just seeing some aggressive basketball being played. Andrews kicks it out to Jackson. Scott with the three. Almost put it in. Somebody has to get it. So 2:24, the clock continues to run after the time surpassed and up until a timeout is called by the Skill Center. Boy, well, Thunder squad, we thought they were right back in it. Had a couple opportunities, but the execution just wasn't there.
It has been that kind of game for the Thunder. It's just, they've had opportunities, they've had good looks. Even the past 2, 3, 4 possessions, they've had some three-pointers, they've had some open looks, but the problems have came on the turnovers, the end of the first half where they were not able to get the ball across half court, and the big turnovers there. So that's kind of how this game is shaped up to be. And although they have had some hope in the second half, this Skill Center team has been able to dominate most of the floor.
17 points, folks. 17 points right now, a deciding factor in the 9th grade championship here. Once again, I'm Billy Adams alongside Mike Zanetti at the Wiregrass Ranch Sports Campus of Pasco County. It's been all Skill Center so far, but this Thunder squad is inched closer at times with a couple stops and a couple baskets. However, right now, the Skill Center beginning to pull away and march forward and aim for a championship. Here comes DeFrank. Anything is going to help this Thunder squad at this point. They just need a basket, an open shot. It's off the mark for Jackson.
This could end it.
Jaden Martin on the other end goes down and finds some contact. And I think after that, Jaden Martin's going to sit down and, well, Mike, time continues to tick off. We're under 2 minutes. That might just about do it. Going to see a little bit more from Hoffman and the Thunder squad before time expires. Jackson thought about it, putting it up with the reverse hand, and does put it in. A nice little shot there from Jackson. Here comes Arroyo. He wants it. The fast-paced pressure off the mark. A board by Scott. Back to Jackson. Going up and going in. It's a 15-point game once again.
And another timeout. Might as well.
Might as well. I mean, now that you can stop the clock, you just continue to do so.
Why not? I mean, you look at it, it's more about, yes, you want to win the championship, but at the end of the day, it's about doing what you can to take a positive from this game and showcase your talents and in terms of how you can play as a team, as an individual player, and what can you bring to the next level, right? A lot of high school players and younger, especially 9th grade for the championship, showcasing their abilities.
And look, it's the championship too, and I mean, to play in something like this, every minute matters. Every minute's going to matter to these kids, and to the development too. You know, every minute on the court is another minute to get a rep, to learn, and to find a way to get better. And this is a situation, look, not every game's going to be a 20-point deficit. It's going to be 5. How do you come back from this kind of deficit? How do you respond? Because that is an answer you can take and move it forward. If you're down by 7 in another championship game, well, you've already cut. You were down by 26, and you've cut 11 points off of that. So now with 15 points being the deficit, you've learned how to cut into a deficit, and how in the future can you do that again? That's, I think, a key moment here for the Thunder.
100%.
108 remains, folks, and I would assume, unless we start getting some more buckets from the Thunder, this could be a running clock depending on the situations. Skill Center more than likely going to continue running off, although I wouldn't be surprised if we see a shot, maybe two, to close it out from them. It'll be McClendon up top. He's going to hold. Guarded by Antonio Jackson. McClendon, he thought about it, takes it out instead. He'll reset with Arroyo. Under a minute remaining. Arroyo lets it go, goes out of bounds, and nearly into the camera itself. That was a close one.
I think my heart dropped a little bit. I thought I was going to get taken out, and the camera was very close for comfort. A little deja vu moment for me.
And after a little bit of arguing, I think we're going to have a timeout on the Thunder's side. Which is funny because there was about 15 seconds of talking just right there in front, just letting time fall off the clock. And finally, we're going to get a timeout. But
I didn't realize anything until you said, oh, we have some shouting.
We have some shouting, yeah.
Life flashed before my eyes.
I was about to say, you saw your future family, you saw your work life as Mike McClendon was about to just run into you.
Oh, man.
Kudos to him, though, saving that ball. But nonetheless,
not running through the camera.
And not running through the camera. That would have been unfortunate. We would have spent some good chunk of time, resetting that.
I mean, it is a good, 2 feet from the sideline and this tripod, so it's definitely a little closer than you want it to be.
It's in the splash zone.
Yeah.
Let's just say that it's in the splash zone. Nonetheless, though, it looks like we're going to reset here. A little bit of arguing as to whose possession it was, but I think McClendon and the company are going to get possession with the Skill Center.
Right.
Here we go, some good defense on this Manatee side. A kick out, Jordan White. And it looks like it's gonna be a foul, but
running clock.
Nonetheless, the running clock doesn't matter. And I think the Thunder side were a bit confused, but that is the rule. They had to get it under 15. And another foul, and again,
does not stop the clock, unfortunately.
Does not stop the clock still. So despite the 1-and-1 foul that they wanted, not gonna happen. And ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be it, folks. After a battle between the Thunder and this Skill Center squad at the 9th grade level, your champions of this entire tournament at that 9th grade level is going to be the Skill Center's Elite of 2027. Congratulations to this squad. And a big shout out to players like Mike McClendon, J.R. Arroyo, Jaden Martin, and Trey Carson. This entire roster just stepping up and just dominance all around, Mike.
I mean, you can't say anything better. This was a perfect, well, I wouldn't say perfect, but it was definitely a very well sound game from Skill Center, just able to kind of take advantage of every opportunity, the turnovers into points, the fast break points, the trapping. I mean, they had a little bit of a couple breakdowns in the second half, but when you're up by as much as 20 plus, I mean, that's where you're able to have some wiggle room and be able to take a little bit of a downside in the second half to be able to win.
Well, after a 15-point victory, the Skill Center can enjoy that because we'll get to see another Skill Center team in just a couple of games. For now, though, we got a Tampa squad over on the right side, and we got a G4 squad over on the left side. And that, folks, is going to be one heck of a matchup. And we will see that in just a couple minutes' time. So remember, stay tuned right here on the Florida Athletics Network. I've been Billy Adams with Mike Zanetti. We will be back in a couple minutes, folks. Stay tuned.